Progress.
6:30 having arrived, I'll go ahead and officially call the meeting to order. Is the meeting been properly posted and the roll been taken?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Item number 2 is the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3 are approval of the minutes. 3.1 are approval of the minutes of the September 19th, 2023 council meeting. There's no additions or corrections. I go ahead and entertain a motion to approve those minutes. So move. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 4, communications. I don't believe we have any communications this evening. We'll move on to item number 5, which is public comments. Citizens may address the chair at this point in the meeting. Just please limit your comments to those issues that are on the agenda. 3 minutes. Got anyone online? Well, the staff here, so we'll move on. Comments. Item 6 are reports of committees, boards, and commissions. Item 6.1 is the finance committee and the financial report. I know Alderman Solis would normally give this update. We reached out and said we couldn't make it along with the weather this evening. So I would just say, as chair of the finance committee, that we did meet at our regular finance committee on October 10th. And as all of us know and staff knows, but for the public's consumption, we are definitely in the heart of our budget negotiations and talks and deliberations and figuring out next year's fiscal budget. And so we also met on October 11th and 12th. A number of the items are on this evening's agenda that came before the regular council or the regular finance committee on the 10th. And in addition to that, we'll continue our budget meetings to propose for 2 more meetings this week on I know tomorrow night and Thursday night. So with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the financial report.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Second. There's a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 6.2 are issues that came before the general operations. Alderman Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. General operations met on Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. The building and zoning administrator noted 3 new homes, 3 new condos for the month of September. Medics provided us a 4-month ambulance activity report, 123 calls with the average first response time, 3 minutes, 53 seconds. In business, the police department outlined the drone program and its benefits. 72 times there has been drone requests, and our department responded 100% of the time with at least 1 of the 9 pilots trained. The drone is used for suspicious activity, fire requests, and even building codes, to name a few things. The police also outlined the K9 program. The K9 has a 100% call-out efficiency rate and is used for drug searches and traffic stops as well as building searches. Officer Rocky has successfully sniffed out drugs 11 different times. The remainder of the GOC will come up later. The next GOC meeting is November 7th, 2023.
Thank you, Alderman Wilson. Item 6.3 are issues that came before the planning commission. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The planning commission met on October 2nd and we discussed short-term rentals. The next meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 6th, 5 p.m. Minutes are on file with the city clerk for public inspection as always.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.4 are issues that came before Public Works. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Public Works met on September 26th. We have a number of items that we're going over tonight. And the next scheduled meeting is for Tuesday, October 24th at 5:30 p.m. As always, the minutes are on file with the city clerk for public inspection.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.5 are issues that came before the Town of Delavan Lake Committee. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Town of Delavan Lake Committee met October 4th. The next scheduled meeting is for Wednesday, November 1st at 6 p.m. at the Town Hall. They went over some of the issues pertaining to buoy development in terms of policy and procedure moving forward. There was just an update on the dredging project and who was winding down here.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.6 are issues that came before the Library Board of Trustees. Alderman Sun.
Thank you, Mayor. The Library Board of Trustees met September 21st. One thing of note is that they do now have Narcan available there. So, FYI, and then our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 19th at 5:30.
Thank you, Alderman Sun. Item 6.7 are issues that came before Park and Recreation Commission. Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We met on September 25th and discussed senior citizen programming and a potential build of an inclusive playground. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, October 23rd at 5:30 p.m.
Thank you, Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia. Item 6.8 are Communications Commission. Again, Alderman Solis will give this update. As I understand, they've not met since our last city council meeting, and there isn't any meeting scheduled at this time. With that, we'll move on to item 6.9, which is Delavan Downtown Project Management Team Update. Alderman Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Delavan Downtown Project Management Team met October 16th, yesterday. And we went over the Brew Walk, which is this weekend. I believe at the time there were 14 VIP tickets still available, so get them quick before they're gone. There's still a limited amount of normal tickets available as well, so everybody should come out or tell friends, and it'll be a great event. The next scheduled meeting is for Monday, November 20th at 5:30 p.m. Other issues that were discussed is the growth of a new initiative, which if you attend the Brew Walk, you'll get a taste of it. At least that's my understanding. It could involve something that brings more of a spooky nature to Delavan in the future.
Thank you, Alderman Beasley. Item 6.10 are issues that came before the Delavan Golf Commission. Alderman Square.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We met September 21st. Our next meeting was this Thursday, October 19th. Play was up 12%, the revenue was up 15%. The new building came in at $4,000 under the price. The money is going to be used for landscaping and driveway. As we all know, Dan is retiring at the end of the year. We were planning to start looking for a replacement. Dan suggested that we look for a club pro and not a administrator. When we would like Dan to be involved in the hiring process, the closing date for the golf course will be October 31st due to Darren is going to have surgery.
All right, thank you, Alderman Square. Item 6.11 are issues that came from the Tourism Commission. I know Alderwoman Sun, thank you.
Yep, thank you, Mayor. The Tourism Commission met October 9th. We reviewed some brand proposals for the city, and then we also closed out grant reports from our Visit Delavan grants. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 13th at 5 p.m.
Thank you, Alderwoman Sun. Moving on to item 7, issues again that came before the Finance Committee. 7.1 is consider purchase of loose equipment for the fire department ladder.
I move to approve the purchase of equipment for the fire department ladder truck for a total of $52,300.80.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, maybe we have a roll call.
Alderman Square,
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia,
Yes.
Alderman Zem,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Beasley.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.2 is to consider purchase of street light poles.
I move to authorize the purchase of 24 aluminum light poles from Near Electric for a total amount of $30,360.
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sem.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.3 is consider an MOU with Strand Associates for engineering services with well number 5 rehabilitation and pump upgrades.
Move to approve the MOU from Strand Associates for the design and construction administration for the well number 5 rehabilitation and pump project for a not to exceed amount of $37,200.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion?
I thought this was all done. I thought number 5 was done. Or did I get them mixed?
So we have 4 and 7 that are being rehabilitated this year, and then 5 is next year.
Oh.
So 4 is done currently, and then they're starting on well 7 this week, so.
Okay.
Thank you for the question, Alderman Wilson and Nick for the additional information. Any additional discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Sem.
Yep.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.4 is consider an MOU with Baxter and Woodman for engineering design and construction inspection services in conjunction with the proposed 2024 street improvements for an amount not to exceed $34,300 for engineering design work and an amount not to exceed $18,200 for construction engineering.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sem.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.5 is consider award of engineering design, construction, and inspection for the Iowa, Michigan, and 9th Street water main replacement to Baxter and Woodman for an amount not to exceed $37,200.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sem.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.6 is consider approval of the facade improvement applications.
Move to approve a facade improvement grant in the amount not to exceed $4,095 for Elizabeth Ademi for improvements to the facade of 319 East Walworth Avenue.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Just want to comment that, yes, I did receive, a business plan from Elizabeth and some other documents with it, so yes, I would think she's complied with our requirements.
Thank you, Brian. Any other discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sem.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 7.7 is consider new compensation plan for 2024.
Wait, there should be a second one.
Oh, sorry.
So,
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
so we also move to approve the facade improvement grant in the amount not to exceed $7,895.50 for Donita Kohler for improvements to the facade at 137 Park Place.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Seeing and hearing none, may we have a roll call?
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia.
Yes.
Alderwoman Sem.
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Alderman Beazer.
Yes.
Alderman Square.
Yes.
Motion passes. Now, moving on to item 7.7 is consider the new compensation plan for 2024.
I move to approve the new compensation plan and incorporate the plan into the finalized 2024 budget.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I think that this plan is fantastic and it brings us at least current, if not ahead of the curve, so.
Thank you, Alderman.
I want to thank everyone that was on your ad hoc committee that you put together too, with all the time and work that they put into that plan.
Thank you for that, and yeah, I would concur with that. I know I said that at, the finance committee, but it bears repeating here this evening that we appreciate, for those that weren't following it, the last time we did, a study this size, we actually went outside of, City Hall and our staff and paid, for a study, and, I think although it was a lot of extra work on top of the normal everyday responsibilities that our staff have. They did a terrific job and a lot of extra work, and so I think, Administrator Brian Wilson, Griffin, our HR Director, Lauren Grover, and, our, ad hoc, as you had mentioned, Kevin Armstrong, citizen public member, and Jonathan Webster, who was the finance committee member, and then Alderman Wilson, also part of that ad hoc committee. So I think together they put in additional time, and I appreciate the feedback that we got. As many of us on the finance committee said, this was a #1 priority to get, as Alderman Easer pointed out, not only caught up, but ahead of the curve, and this plan certainly does that. And as we continue the budget process, we can now put pieces around this. This was the #1 priority. So thank you again for all the time and energy that was put into it. Thank you. I did. Okay, I didn't hear it. Oh, sorry.
Mr. Mayor, can I
Yeah,
just say, I think that this compensation plan is great, and I do though, as, a member of the library board, I would like to recognize that this is that the library staff, that there is a recommendation for an additional library staff member, and that those should be budgeted by those funds. So I do just want to represent the library board and ask our finance committee, since I can't be at every meeting this week, to make sure that they are considering that is a need as well. I wouldn't hold up the compensation package, but it is definitely a need that our city has as well, and let's not forget those city employees as well.
Thank you for sharing that, and all that certainly, for the presentation, will be taken into consideration, and part of the final proposal is yet to be all determined, but thank you for doing your part as the representative of the library board. Any other comments? We've got a motion and a second, and we have a roll call.
Alderman Sun,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson,
Yes.
Alderman Deezer,
Yes.
Alderman Square,
Yes.
Alderman Armstrong Garcia,
Yes.
Alderman Elton. I want your opinion, please.
Motion passes. Item 7.8 is consider recommending resolution declaring certain fire department property as surplus.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 7.9 are approval of the bills.
Move to approve warrant 2023-9.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 8 are issues that came before the General Operations Committee. 8.1 is consider a resolution amending the category C sewer service charge.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the proposed resolution amending the category C sewer service charge.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I'm abstaining from this, I just want to document that, okay? Because I work for Welcome Ed, and I'm sure I'm safe, but it has to do with billing and sewer.
Thank you for that, and then this will reflect that, so, other than that, motion passes. Item number 9 are issues, under other business. 9.1 is consider a request from Alliant Energy for an easement to route an underground power cable through a portion of the Delavan Arboretum.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to authorize the requested easement for Alliant Energy to route underground power cables through the western portion of the Delavan Arboretum as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second,
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion?
I may make a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Attorney James Duquette, by the way, I'm partners with Stephen Cook, who you see much more regularly. But I spoke with Attorney Cook about this one particular easement, and our comment or concern would be primarily with paragraph 4, giving the utility company the right to trim or remove trees, brushes, and brush within the easement area without replacement or compensation hereinafter. Now, the very next paragraph says that they will replace or pay some amount of damages, but it's just a bit concerning that it gives them the authority to tear out whatever they feel they need to tear out. Just want to point out that that provision is contained in the easement. The map does appear to be a pretty limited area within the Arboretum, but nonetheless, that provision is contained in there.
Thank you for highlighting that. That was gonna actually be one of my questions. Mark, did you want to add?
Yeah, we did ask Alliant to remove that section number 4 and also to amend the section a little bit higher or further up in their draft that talked about above ground facilities, because the discussion on this was there wouldn't be no above ground markers or facilities with this easement, given that it goes through the Arboretum, and they have agreed to those.
Thank you, Mark, for adding that. Thank you for your comments as well. Appreciate it. Any other discussion or question? There's a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item 9.2 is consider making an offer to purchase for the 1.79 acres northernmost vacant portion of 965 Racine Street for the 101,500 appraised amount.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to authorize submitting of an offer to purchase the 1.79 acre northernmost vacant portion of 965 Racine Street for the $101,500 appraised amount.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? None. May we have a roll call?
Alderman Wilson,
Yes,
Alderman Beezer,
Yes.
Alderman Square,
Yes.
Alderwoman Armstrong Garcia,
Yes.
Alderwoman Sun,
Yes.
Motion passes. Item 9.3 is considered utilizing the firm grant match for preparing a bridge investment program application for the Richmond Road Bridge replacement.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to move to authorize the firm grant match to prepare and submit a grant funding request on the city's behalf to the Bridge Investment Program for the Richmond Road Bridge replacement with no upfront cost, or with a 10% fee if the application is successful.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Item number 10 are public comments. Citizens again may address the chair at this point of the meeting, but please limit your comments to once for 1 to 2 minutes. Public comments earlier. We had them now. So we will move on to item number 11, which are suggested future agenda items. Are there any future agenda items at this time? I will announce, but I always do, that if there are issues that come up, happy to, have you reach out to myself and the administrator, or the city clerk, and we can put those items on the agenda for future discussion. With that, we'll recess to closed session under 12.1 pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.5 and 1E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing in public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Regarding offer to purchase 2 city-owned properties on 6th Street, XP 00057 and XP 00057A. Offer to purchase a city-owned parcel on 4th Street, XP 00042. Proposals for professional services for the Wright Street right-of-way acquisition. The IGA with the Village of Darien for building inspection services, the IGA with the Town of Richmond for fire response and inspection services, as well as the EMS contract with medics. The motion to go to session.
So move.
You can't do that.
Okay, I'll make a motion to move into closed session.
Does he have to read everything?
Move to authorize.
Right.
No, that's the next one.
Everything I just read.
Oh, a second.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to recess to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, wherever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Regarding the offer to purchase 2 city-owned properties on 6th Street, XP 00057 and XP 00057A. The offer to purchase city-owned parcel on 4th Street, XP 00042. Proposals for professional services for the Wright Street right-of-way acquisition. IGA with the Village of Darien for building inspection services. The IGA with the Town of Richmond and fire response and inspection services, and EMS contract with medics.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
There's a motion, a second, any further discussion? We'll have a roll call.
Alderman Beasley,
Yes.
Alderman Strack,
Yes.
Alderman Armstrong Garcia,
Yes.
Alderman Williamson,
Yes.
Alderman Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Okay, we'll recess here. Down to session.
The second, repeat the entire motion, never say anything.